making a difference, but you're planning a better eternity for them.
Amen.
You want them to actually know who Jesus is and make it
Yes,
to heaven,
Lord.
right? Is that
Amen.
part of your why? If it's not a part of your why, you're going to have a tough time when the pain sets in.
Yes, Lord.
If love is not a piece of your why, if right here, if LOVE is not associated with your why, you're probably going to have a tough time. You're probably going to have a tough time in leadership, in church leadership. Now, if you're in leadership outside the church, this could be your why. Money. If you're outside the church, it's not about making heaven our home. It's not about all the people that are lost. It's not about the people, the women and children that have nobody taking care of them. It's about money in so many times. But we're not in the secular world, right? Well, we are, but I mean, for today's purposes, we're in the church. And so your why better spin around that. Because if it doesn't, there's going to be a lot of times your pain will absolutely make you disabled. It'll disable you from finishing. Here's what I want to tell you. The Bible tells us to plan. In Luke 14:28, it says, "For which of you had intended to build a tower, sitteth not down first, and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Lest haply, after he had laid the foundation, is not able to finish it, all that behold it began to mock him, saying, This man began to build and was not able to finish." In other words, this man had great intentions, but he didn't have a plan. Started off great. How many times have we seen that? Somebody comes in, they're fired up, they got ideas, they would run us ragged with all their fantastic ideas. But you give them about 3 months, and it's work day. Look at where are they at? They have great ideas. Where are they at? It's you've got to have a plan to finish. Here's a little thing I put together, not that I don't think I'm going to have a blank on that because it's as confusing as it is already. But it's impulsive inceptions. Impulsive inceptions can lead to spontaneous surrenders. If you just impulsive, you start this, that's the same person that's going to spontaneously quit. They have these great ideas, and today they're gonna visit every nursing home and pray every person through in a nursing home bed. Next week we're gonna minister to every homeless person in America. The next week we're going to the schools, and every child in high school is gonna get prayed through. I mean, they have all these ideas, but they don't follow through. They don't have a plan for any of it. They got these great conceived ideas, but they spontaneously surrender because they don't have a plan for success.
Amen.
At some point, I know we can't be herky-jerky on starting. We have to have a plan, but then there's another side of that coin. So you may be the one that you just a spontaneous starter and you flame out. Probably nobody in this room does that because you guys are leaders. The other side of that coin is people that don't. They never get started. So at some point, you've got to embrace, that's a line, it's a blank, you've got to embrace the why and just start running. You can't plan forever. It's called, what do they call that? They call it analysis by paralysis. If you never start anything and all you ever do is plan, that's a problem too. Because the kingdom does need plans, but it also needs doers. Okay? Yes, everybody can't be the ideal person. Everybody can't be, and I'm glad you shared that, Brother Sadler. Everybody can't be Brother Sadler. I have served for a lot of years. I've made that quite clear. Never in the role of a senior pastor. Never. And so I don't know the pressure that he's under, the responsibility he carries, what he carries on behalf of many of you in this room, and then you guys are leaders, so hopefully not as much you as the rest of the church that he's having to worry about, preach to, pray through, pray for, teach, help, strengthen, coddle, burp. Because that's what we do with babies, right?
Right.
The church should always want babies around.
Amen.
Not just kids, we want those too, but you better want baby Christians around.
Amen.
And guess what kids are? They're messy. And they're needy.
Yep.
Ain't that what kids do? How many kids have 5-year-old boy ever cooked you supper? No. How many 3-year-olds have ever said, hey, you know, Mama, let me vacuum for you? Now, they may want to vacuum at that age. Uh-oh, I lost somebody's top. Sunday school department's going to kill me. It's under there somewhere. That's all right. I'll just put it down where I don't write on myself. But they don't do that. They're kids. Kids require help. And that's what you guys are here for. When you have kids coming in here, I mean, new baby Christians, your job is to love and to care for them. Guess what? That ain't always fun. How many people here love changing dirty diapers? I mean, you live for it. You couldn't wait for the next one.